What's good, everybody? June Frey here alongside my bro.
You heard?
And welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It, where we discuss about music, culture, society, entertainment, and everything else in between. And this is episode 14. Bro, how you feeling today?
I'm on my Stevie Wonder shit today.
You mean your Hollywood shit?
Got
with
the
your sunglasses on.
Got the glasses on. I can't see shit, but I know where I am. Do you know a fun fact, actually? Stevie Wonder's actually not blind. Someone went... hear me out for a second. So someone went... I forgot who it was. They went and said that Stevie Wonder's not actually blind. And then they proceeded to show videos of Stevie Wonder, like, catching things when they were falling.
So this
or,
nigga
like,
could
walking
see
out
the
of the
whole
way.
time?
He can see, but I don't think... I think
Why are you
he's like,
deceiving niggas, Stevie? That's
well,
not cool, bro.
It makes him money, you know? Mm. So...
Well, he's not like 100% blind.
Yeah, he's not 100, but he's majority blind, like.
But legally blind.
Yeah, he's not Ray Charles blind. He's just.
Or he's not POP hold it down legally blind.
He might be. He might be legally blind.
Bro, what is it? Bro, where's that lady at? I heard that she died, but I don't know if that's true.
I think she did.
I don't know, cause like, man, shout out to her, or rest in peace to her wherever she is, cause that shit was hilarious as fuck.
That
like,
was a meme.
This
for
lady
sure.
said, "I'm legally blind." That shit was hilarious. I can, huh? Anytime a black person says "huh" after somebody asks a question, they already heard you. Lie. That's right.
We're just trying to evaluate what we're gonna say.
That
next.
memes they lied. He's like, "Huh? I can see barely,
barely.
I was not in that getaway car." Oh man, POP hold it down always.
Always, man.
But yeah, so. Let's talk about a couple of things that's happened on the internet. You know, of course, the internet does not cease to inform us with all the shit that's been going down lately, whether it be fuckery, funny shit, whatever have you. But I kind of want to talk about B.Simone real quick. For those of you guys who don't know, or maybe you have heard of her, she is from Wild 'N Out, or even before Wild 'N Out, like that whole baby boy, baby girl, that B.Simone, that annoying B.Simone.
Yeah, I mean, when she came on there talking about that 9 to 5, she was looking a little reckless.
Yes,
I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah, man, she was talking about, you know, she was on Nick Cannon's, I guess, podcast or whatever, and talking about how she does not want a man who works a 9 to 5 job. Now I'm pretty sure, of course, Black Twitter has dragged the hell out of her, obviously.
I feel like that argument could go both ways, though.
Yes, it can. Which is why I'm not completely mad at her, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, it's kind of how you say it. You know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And for me, I look at it this way. She's talking about she doesn't want a man who works a 9 to 5 job, but there are some rich people who work a 9 to 5 job.
That is very true.
And they make their bread.
They make their bread, and they take care of their families.
Exactly, you know. And for me, I feel like, you know, you don't necessarily have to be considered, you know, rich to be a hustler. I feel like people who even work to put food on the table or whatever to even make ends meet are hustlers, you know.
I've heard this funny thing, right? So I've been seeing this a lot lately on social media. And tell me if you don't feel this way or however. So I've seen things where I've seen people make the argument that men who didn't have much and become famous usually have no problem uplifting a woman that didn't have anything. But when it comes to a woman who didn't have anything and made, you know, good money, a good living, they don't feel the need to uplift a man who didn't have it.
That's subjective.
Because I've been seeing a lot of that, you know, lately, as of like people throwing that argument around.
Right.
And in some ways than none, I've seen that happen a lot. Like, you'll see a lot of females like, "Oh, I don't want a broke nigga," but bitch, you broke. Like,
that's fucked up.
But it's, am I lying? I mean, like, I've seen a lot of stuff like that.
But you know, I mean, I think that can pertain to some women who have this idea of wanting some guy who's already
established.
Exactly, you know, and
but like, you can't go for somebody established and you haven't put in work on your own. Like me, I don't know about anybody else. Like, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna go very in depth.
Fuck it, bro. Speak your mind. I've
been seeing a lot of people, like, there was a post that I saw of a woman that said, "Oh, if a man doesn't take care of everything, then he's not a man, or he's not the man for me, yada yada." And I'm like, I prefer. First of all, y'all want equality. Equality is A1. And I'm all for equality.
Say that shit.
Any person that is willing to put in 50-50, no matter what the situation is. And I saw somebody post, they said, okay, the rent is $12.95 and the electricity is $3.96. Electricity and water is $3.96 or whatever. And they basically said, okay, how much is the man paying and how much is the woman paying? A lot of these, and I'm going to say shallow women, because there were a lot of shallow women that were saying, oh, well, I think the man should pay 12 something, and I just pay the 3 something, and I just take care of the house.
No. Equality.
First
right?
of all. So you want the guy to pay?
You had Chris lower his sunglasses, y'all. That's how serious it got.
If you as a woman, right? You as a woman, right? You want the guy. Now I can understand if you have different pay brackets,
yes.
that makes sense.
Yes.
But if you guys make the same rate of pay, or you make more than the man, and because you as a person feel like this old way of thinking is, oh well, the man's gonna take care of all this stuff. I don't gotta do shit. All I gotta do is take care of the house and make sure the food is cooked or whatever. I'm like, listen, as a male, as me personally, I look at everything as a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta cook. If you are working and I gotta cook, I gotta cook.
That's right.
If the house ain't clean, guess what? Who's gonna have to clean it? I'm gonna have to clean it.
Of course.
I'm not gonna be sitting back. I pay the bills in this bitch, so I ain't gotta do shit. Put my feet up. And in the words of Galatians 3:16,
he brought out the ghetto Bible, yo.
If the queen is asleep, the PlayStation shall beep.
Oh shit! Preach.
I'm gonna say it right now.
Okay.
As a male, I don't like that. I'm gonna stay at home and I'm gonna clean shit. Nah, you gonna get up. You're gonna go make your bag, your coins. And you're going to work like I am.
You know, I will say this too, because here's my thing. I do believe that if both people are working, right, we both have to pay 50-50.
50-50,
There's
man.
And that's my thing. And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm going to have to say this, because a lot of y'all are quick to say that, yeah, we want equality, which I'm with y'all on that. Mm-hmm. But you should not be selective when it comes to certain roles. You know what I'm saying? So if you're making money and I'm making money, and we better go half and half on everything. I'm talking about rent, or mortgage, bills, all types of shit, utilities, water, you name it, food.
They're like, but it's not then you're not the guy for me. I'm like, well, you're going to have a really hard time, because, I mean, there's some dudes that believe in, okay, I pay all the bills, you just stay at home, whatever. That's cool.
That's fine.
That's cool.
That's fine.
Do what you got to do.
And you got a bag and it's nothing to you. Cool.
Bro,
do that.
Even if I was the richest mofo on earth,
do that.
You better be doing something that's making you money.
Right.
That's making you, that you doesn't seem like you're just sitting around collecting my bag that I'm making.
Right. But here's the thing too, for me, I'm not too big on the idea of getting married to somebody who wants to be a housewife. I feel
that's a cop out.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like we'd have to discuss some things and negotiate and meet halfway if it comes down to that. I'm a pretty understanding person. Don't get me wrong. Although I may say this now that I'm not a fan of women who are just housewives and just want to just stay in while the person's making money. But I'm willing to work with you. I'll work with you. Halfway. I don't mind that.
And then as Galatians 4:10 would say,
oh shit,
if you are at work and she is at home, she's giving another nigga dome.
Oh, that's shit. What it is. Oh shit.
Hey,
y'all heard Pastor Chris.
Look it up.
Pastor Chris.
No, I'm joking.
In the church of the niggas. Let me stop.
I'm joking. Okay, but on some real shit.
People go come at our next.
I'm joking.
Hey, what's the shit you were saying? Oh, they gonna find us.
I'm joking.
It's all entertainment, y'all.
But in all honesty, I feel like when we see those conversations and you have those and I've seen a lot of women no, we got to do 50-50 and all that shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Yes.
Because you know what it is to struggle and to come up together.
Absolutely.
Now, if I'm making a big bag and my girl is working or whatever, I would suggest to her, hey, I'm making good money. You don't really have to work if you don't want to. But if she decides that she wants to work, which my girlfriend, she's an independent person, so she's going to work regardless, then do it.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Keep doing your thing and don't stop. But I feel like when you go back to a situation like B.Simone, right? I just feel like when you say you don't want a guy that works a 9 to 5, it's a delusional way of thinking.
It can be.
It is. For me, it is. Because I feel like unless she's trying to date people within her bracket,
her tax bracket, yeah,
then by all means go for it.
Right.
That doesn't bother me at all.
I was just gonna add to that. It does make sense if you are looking for somebody who has the same mindset as you are,
right,
where you both are like-minded, you both are hustlers, you both are making a lot of money. That makes a lot of sense, because I kind of looked at it this way too. Let's say you're a celebrity, right? You got all this money, and then you're dating somebody who is making lesser income than you are. You
right.
know? What do you think is going to happen? Sometimes people's egos get in the way. You know, some people are going to feel like they're inferior to that person because they're making a lot more money. They're the
like,
breadwinner.
I pay the bills in this bitch. I can do whatever I want.
Then a lot of men have that egotistical issue where it's like, oh damn, she making more than I am. Damn, fuck, I feel like a bitch. You know, like
there were times where my girlfriend made more money than me at some points, and we've always like flip flop back and forth. Like either I get a promotion or she gets a promotion or something works out, and then either I change a job and she's. But that doesn't stop me from paying the same amount of bills I've been paying.
Exactly.
Like I literally, you know, we still said, you know, even after we change jobs and something's a little less or whatever, unless you're like bringing in half of what you're making or whatever, then I can understand.
Right.
But even then, we still pay the bills equally in our house. Like we still pay the mortgage normally. We still pay the electricity, water bill normally. We split groceries, you know, the same way.
Right.
Because we understand, like, obviously we're not married, so we don't share everything. But we've been together long enough to know that, you know, this is what we decided we're going to do. We're two independent people, and that's just how it is.
Right.
But to come out and say, like, oh, I don't want a nigga with a 9 to 5, it's like you're automatically assuming a dude with a 9 to 5
who works
his ass off. Some dudes work.
Or maybe she probably was thinking about somebody who was just working a minimum wage job. But
still,
again,
money is money,
right,
and if you
and
most of the dudes that you don't want to work a 9 to 5 at some point had to work a 9 to 5 themselves.
Think about the CEOs who work 9 to 5s.
Right, and the thing is, it's like for her, it's like for someone that used to sleep in their Honda, I would think you would have a general understanding of you know what I mean, of understanding what that.
You had to I'm bring just it
saying
up.
Because
you had to bring it up.
The problem with us and here's the problem, right? The problem with us as black people, right? We get some money and we don't know how to fucking act.
What was that? What was that term again? Should have never gave niggas money. Right.
No, but that's the thing, right? It's like you give them some change, and then they go and find the biggest and brightest thing they can find, and instead of
real quick,
you know, listening to the guy with the kente hat on and just buying themselves some land.
Yeah. See, we what we're not gonna do is mention these niggas because we not gonna do that because they find everything fucking wrong with everything. They're like, oh, well, you out here watching Black Panther. Oh, matter of fact, remember them niggas who was going off talking about, oh, y'all out here watching Black Panther, yada yada. They complain. I'm like, yo, this is for black entertainment. This is for black people. This is something new. Like, what's the problem? Talking about, oh, you out here spending
money on vibranium, but you can't even spend it in real stocks. I was like,
you should be investing in land. I'm like, if y'all shut y'all asses up. So dumb, bro. I can't stand niggas sometimes, bro. Honestly,
bro, I'm dead.
No, but going back to the whole B.Simone situation. I think she definitely needs to stop and reevaluate what she said and literally just rethink what she said because
if the baby's your first choice.
Oh, again.
You have some explaining to do.
That's facts.
I know it's all for an act, but sometimes I think she's dead serious. But don't come on some radio station talking about niggas you don't want to do with the 9 to 5 and your eyebrows look like Bushido Brown.
Wow.
I'm not fucking with you.
We're not doing that.
Your eyebrows look like cassette tapes on there.
My goodness, bro.
I'm not playing with you. All right? I'm telling you.
More shots fired?
I'm just saying. Those eyebrows look like a Stanley Steamer commercial. But some carpets being rolled out.
In all seriousness, though, you know, B.Simone definitely just had. I think B.Simone.
I fuck with B.Simone though, but that shit to me was ignorant as fuck.
She's one of my crushes, and Pretty V too. I love them both. But here's my thing, right? I think it just seems to me that no matter what comes out of B.Simone's mouth, she just ends up getting dragged for it. Like she already got dragged for what happened with the whole situation that's going on right now with the protests.
What'd she say? I didn't even hear that.
She turned into a preacher all of a sudden. You know,
like King Batch.
Yep. Oh my God.
They said he looked like a Chipotle bag,
bro. Bro,
with all that writing on his, and then he had the nerve to misspell the names of the people that. Anyway,
I couldn't take it seriously, but it was a kind gesture. But I
nah, bro.
I can't take him that seriously.
He could have kept that in his archives. He didn't have to put that shit in
his archives.
He didn't have to. Put
what's an unpopular opinion? No, it's not even unpopular. You're not funny. He's not funny.
He's not funny.
It's not even an unpopular opinion.
He was funny back then, though, when he was doing his YouTube shit. When he did that Denzel Washington impression of Flight or whatever,
he actually brought that back on Wild 'N Out.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, I'm telling you, they're digging in my ass in here. Denzel Washington's that little finger thing. It's funny, bro.
Yo, that shit was funny. But
it was hilarious.
I don't know, man. Like,
yeah.
I think B.Simone needs to reevaluate or fire her PR guy, whoever tells her that it's okay to say this shit.
It's just funny, like what you were mentioning before. It's like, when somebody gets famous all of a sudden, they have to be careful. You can't just speak loose out of your mouth because, remember, you have a platform. Ego thing. Yeah, and then, you are an entrepreneur. You're doing very well. She just reached $1 million. She's now a millionaire officially, and she's doing well. She's on Wild 'N Out. She's kind of a comedian, I guess, although I don't think she's funny, me personally.
She's not funny, but she's a pretty good artist.
Yeah, and she works well when it comes to businesses. She also has her YouTube page. I subscribe to her channel as well. It's dope. She's amazing.
My thing is, it's like, I'm not hating on her as a whole.
Nah, dude.
But I also feel like, there's people out there that bust their ass every day. Like, just because somebody, and this is the impression that I was getting from a lot of people from what she said.
Yeah.
Is that just because someone works a 9 to 5, you're assuming the person is broke. And it's like, just because they work a 9 to 5 and they choose to work a 9 to 5, doctors work a 9 to 5, lawyers work a 9 to 5, people like police cops, firefighters, they work a 9 to 5. 9 to 5, yeah. Some of them make really good money.
Yeah.
So it's not that they choose to, I don't want to do that. Like, I rather, some people use other routes. You were just lucky enough to use your likeness to become famous.
Yes, which is why I said that maybe for her, she probably pertain those who work a 9 to 5 to those who work minimum wage jobs. That's probably why a lot of people were kind of dragging her. Where it's like,
and let's be honest, if you didn't look the way you look, you'd be stuck as an IG comedian. Like, and I'll be honest, like that's just how a lot of people are.
That's true. That's true. What is it? Maybe a C-lister, a D-lister, maybe? I don't know.
I don't even see her as a celebrity. I just see her as somebody that is on Wild 'N Out.
She's just a public figure.
She's a public figure, right? Yeah. Like somebody that popped off of Instagram and then that's it.
What are they called? Social media influencer, maybe?
But the thing is, like, I fuck with her success and I fuck with her story. Like, that's the thing, like, I fuck with. But at the same time, it's like, you gotta stop. People gotta stop having this mentality of people that decide to work a 9 to 5 or they decide to, like, I've seen people who are not B.Simone come on here and say, I don't want a nigga with a 9 to 5. But girl, your weave is slipping.
Bruh.
Your edges are fried, girl. Like stop. And I've been seeing so many people come out here. I'm telling you, it's been pissing me off because it's like, you have so many people who bust their ass every day. If a guy came out here and said, I don't want no female that don't cook or that don't do a 9 to 5, I tell him, well, nigga, learn how to cook.
Fix your hairline first too, nigga.
Like you know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing for me for men. So the same rules apply. You know what I'm saying? So don't think just because I'm saying this about women in a 9 to 5 that I don't go out for niggas too. Like
y'all niggas too.
Some of y'all niggas, y'all be wearing the same forces.
The worst.
And the forces, the soul of the forces.
Y'all wearing Air Forces so worn out, looking like you running away from home, my nigga.
Like bro, like come on. Like, you're hooping in your forces. Like, stop it. I know them shit's clunky as hell, clicking together while you try to cross somebody up on the court. Like, stop it. Stop.
But somebody cross you lose your ankles in 2 seconds.
I'm telling you, the check is all the way at the end of the court. Just
the check will peel off them shits.
Just peeled off. Just done.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Just done. And then the dudes that say, "Oh, I buy a pair of new fresh Nikes every 3 months."
Okay, well you got the money. Then like, you also should have the money to spend for groceries.
Like when Chris Brown said that he changes, he doesn't wear the same Hanes t-shirt more than once.
Must be nice.
Cap. Cap. But anyway, I'm done with that.
I don't know. I feel like she herself had this. She also has her book about manifestations and all that.
Listen, I'm not reading that shit.
And if I can be honest with y'all, like, y'all need to stop scamming people with y'all books.
Stop
bro.
it,
out here charging niggas an arm and a leg when we can't even afford it. We trying to be up at your level. Okay,
you're charging what, $30 for a book, bro?
No,
bro, Harry Potter don't even cost that much.
What about them people who talking about, invest in my package, the silver package, the gold package, the platinum package. I can't say. Oh, what about them niggas who every time you see, before you watch your favorite YouTube video, right? You see them on ads and shit. They walk and they show their cars. Oh, you see all this?
Oh my god.
You too can become that. No, nigga. Just
sign up to my Forex league. No, to my Forex team.
No,
we
bro.
can do it together.
Yeah, I can show you all this. But first, you gotta sign this membership. No, nigga, no, get the fuck out of here.
He's like, you want to elevate? You want to be like me? And they'll go on top of a garage, right? They'll have one fire vehicle.
They got a whole drone. They got a whole drone,
and it's just like, look at all my riches. And then as soon as they're done, all right, cut that shit off. And they go into the thank you for letting me this car. They just give him the key back.
Like, bro,
on. Get out of here.
I feel like some of that shit is staged.
It is staged. None of that shit is real.
And
anybody who really thinks that you can obtain wealth in that short amount of time is dumb.
It takes time, y'all.
It takes years sometimes before you can attain that kind of wealth.
If we can even be honest with y'all, like the shit that we're doing right now with the whole podcasting and even with YouTube, like, you know, we don't believe this shit is going to happen overnight. And if it does, cool, you know, but at the same time, we already know it's going to take some time. We know
everything takes time.
Of course, you know.
People don't, you know, didn't happen overnight.
There's no easy way to do this shit. Absolutely not. You got to put in your blood, sweat, and tears into this shit.
Put this into perspective, right? Bill Gates got fired. Not Bill Gates. It was, what's the guy's name? Steve Jobs. He got fired from his own company in the 90s and opened another company because his own company kicked him out.
Facts.
That company proceeded to outsell the computers that were from his original company, and they begged him to come back. So, what does that tell you? That tells you that only you know where you're going to be at.
Keep that in mind.
Only you know your own success. Nobody can replicate your success. So, my advice for B.Simone is that just keep trekking. And just have a more open mind.
And please watch what you say, okay? Like, you're a celebrity. You that means you have a platform, and people are going to be watching you. Watch what you say. There's nothing wrong with speaking your mind, but please, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Keep that in mind. So moving forward, there's been some news about
Beyonce,
Miss Auntie Beyonce,
Beyonce,
Miss Beyonce, Knowles Dash Carter. Yes.
Yeah.
Mrs. Carter. She's in talks of being involved in Black Panther 2 as Storm.
What?
Yeah.
So y'all couldn't just get Halle Berry to replay Storm?
I was saying the same thing too. With a friend of mine. Shout out to Reggie.
Why? First of all, why the fuck is Storm in Black Panther though?
Well, no. Well, she is in Black.
I know, but she's an X-Men. Why is she in Black Panther?
Wasn't she in Black Panther as well? No.
I mean, maybe I'm not looking at the history of everything correctly, but I know for a fact.
I'm going to let y'all know this right now. I'm completely miseducated when it comes to comic books stories, original comic book stories, so please forgive me.
I know my shit.
I think
I'm telling you.
But I do believe that Storm was in Black Panther.
But the real question is why Beyonce?
But Storm was in X-Men, which was Marvel. So
yes,
yeah,
but
so
at the same time,
character.
like, why Beyonce?
I don't know. I was hoping they would bring Halle Berry, but
let's take Halle Berry out of the equation. Do you know how many young black actresses
There's a lot.
you could use
There's a lot.
as Storm?
Beyonce
didn't even do good in Lion King. Why the fuck is Disney doing this to me again, bro?
I said this shit too. I said that, Beyonce got the role of Lion King, and I let it slide. There was nothing wrong with that.
Didn't she play in Dreamgirls?
Or was it Jennifer Hudson?
Maybe it was Jennifer Hudson. I don't know.
She played in some.
I know Cadillac Records. She played in Cadillac Records.
Cadillac Records.
She played the shit out of that.
Yeah,
but
for me, I just feel like, I feel like when Hollywood casts these big high profile celebrities, I feel like it kind of doesn't really give other lower scale celebrities a chance. I don't want to say lower scale celebrities. People who are
just
literally
coming up.
Yeah, like independent actors or whatever, or actresses. We need to give the new generation a chance. Let's leave all these people who are already famous, who already have their life set alone. That's just my thing. That's kind of what I stress with Tyler Perry as well, where Tyler Perry, no, let's be real. That's why his shit is trash now, because he hires the same people. He recasts the same people. I'm like, listen, I saw y'all in the past 3 films. You hired Miss Taraji P. Henson in the same I'm like, come on, bro. Let's get some new people in. And I love me some Taraji, okay? I'm not complaining about Miss Henson.
But listen,
I'm just complaining about Tyler Perry. This nigga's ego is too damn big. He needs to recast some new people. Stop rehiring these old-ass niggas, okay? Let's stop.
Except Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown's funny as shit.
No, Mr. Brown is dope. I love Mr. Brown. He's funny.
But
he and his wife are hilarious. I love Mr. Brown. His ashy ass knees and shit.
Oh, man.
And his southern accent. I love him.
So funny, bro.
Yeah.
But I agree and I don't agree with what you're saying. I'll tell you why I disagree. I disagree because I feel like Tyler Perry is giving those people who were either looking for acting work or who were only playing stage plays their entire career, he gave them a movie platform. Some of those people I've actually seen now in other films other than Tyler Perry films.
I'm not talking about the stage people. I'm talking about those who are the actors. I'm talking about like the film version, not the stage version.
But a lot of the stage people went they transitioned into the film roles too.
Well, some of them who were in house, but I'm talking about like on film version because the stage. And here's an unpopular opinion. I'm pretty sure some people can feel me on this. I feel like the stage version of the Tyler Perry films were a lot more amazing than the films.
His first few films,
the actual cinematic
were good.
Films. Yeah,
but his newer movies. First of all, whoever does the wig and hair work on these people in your movies, you need to fire them. Because when you gave what's that guy's name? The guy was like, "Come on, man!" Like, you know who I'm talking about?
Who?
The light skinned dude from that show. It's not Power, but it's a different show that got canceled, but that was still on TV. The guy who played Lucius Lyon from that show.
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard.
I couldn't match the name, but all I know is like, come on, man.
Yo, bro, Terrence Howard is hilarious. Wait, let me see if I can pull up the meme. There was something that I saw. No,
but here's the thing, right? In that movie with Tyler Perry, he gave him this dread wig, and he looked like the most retarded dude I've ever seen on this planet, bro. That shit looked crazy to me, and I was not.
Bro,
that
I'm gonna see if I can pull up. I hope they didn't take that post down.
But I feel like Beyonce as a black character, I feel like they're just pushing it now. You're pushing it now.
Well, I mean,
if I hear Beyonce on the soundtrack, you're pushing it.
Don't be surprised.
That Black Panther, the first one, was a fucking masterpiece.
Don't be surprised, my guy. You know, and Beyonce, she's a successful.
I love Beyonce.
She's a successful ass person, bro. Like, she's everything. Why have Beyonce on there? You know, she's already established. Let's get some more people on. You know what I mean?
We need people that are like
let's get some new blood
like
in there.
Actors.
Some fresh people.
Like actual actors.
Please.
Like not just some like, oh, because Beyonce is Beyonce. We're gonna definitely ring in the black crowd with this one.
Bruh.
Beyonce in the movie. How many times are we gonna tell y'all we don't need Beyonce in another movie? We don't.
Bruh. So I can't find it. I think they took it down. But
they
had the one with Terrence Howard, that one film when he was in Hustle and Flow, when he was in the bathroom stall after Ludacris' character tossed his tape in the in the toilet. When he was like, bro, tell me you ain't do this shit, man. Tell me you didn't do this shit to me, man. And I'm like, oh my God. Yo, Terrence Howard is hilarious. If I see this nigga again in a do-rag and saying, man, bro, I think I'm just gonna die.
Like, Hustle and Flow to me was his best work.
Bro, you gotta want that shit, man. Not even won't. Like WON''T. Not even with an A-N-T, bro.
It's hard out here for a pen.
He was...
That was my shit.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever heard of Terrence Howard. But then I started noticing he was in like earlier films way back in the day. Bro, he was even in that one film, The Best Man. He was an instigator in Best Man, bro. Bro, I love that film. There's nothing like 90s black cinema. Nothing like it, bro.
But like Beyonce being a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I just feel like it doesn't fit the narrative.
I agree. It's too much. It's way too much.
Like, what's she gonna do? Like, when she comes down as Storm, is she gonna sing a melody every time she comes down? Like, I'm not doing it.
It's gonna be show tunes. Let me stop. This is bad.
It's like the heavens gonna open up. You're just gonna hear Beyonce singing at A key octave, just coming down.
Yeah.
And just changing the octaves as she's coming down. It's like, dude, we're not doing this shit with you, Beyonce. Like,
no, not at all. Like,
and if you try to center it around Beyonce, in
now
some
that's
way,
gonna
shape, or form,
suck. That's gonna suck for real. That's gonna suck. But hey, like I said, you know, I'm still looking forward to Black Panther 2. You know, I'm really glad because when Black Panther dropped, bro, let me tell you,
that shit was fire,
bro.
They still shouldn't have killed Killmonger, but whatever.
No, listen, man. Like
him and Killmonger together would have been a dope ass duo,
bro. Can we also talk about this? He and what is it? T'Challa and Killmonger, bro. MLK and Malcolm X.
Facts.
Let's talk about that.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like Killmonger was the Malcolm X. And T'Challa was MLK.
Pretty much.
Let's be real here, you know? But I definitely sided a lot more with Killmonger, especially that one scene in the beginning when he was in the museum and he was going off on that white woman.
How do you think your ancestors got these?
I'm like, whoa. I was the one nigga in the theater saying bars. I was like bars, you know. But
relax.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I understood his ideologies, but there were certain things that he was doing which was completely crooked.
He was basically doing things out of anger, and that's the thing. It's like I understand He's like the LA riots,
Yeah.
and T'Challa's more like the 1965 march. I get it.
And I supported the fact that, Killmonger wanted to use vibranium and
get back at the people.
Have, black people benefit off of that, I really supported that. That shit was dope. And especially that iconic line, "Hey, auntie."
Hey, auntie.
That shit was dope. You gotta admit, bro, when he was like, "Hey, auntie," that was an iconic line. See, he got chills, bro. That shit was wild.
Some people didn't like a. I felt that.
Yeah, bro. Like, "Hey,
in my
auntie,"
400 years ago ancestors, I felt that.
Yeah, man. But we're looking forward to Black Panther 2, and let's see how this definitely plays out for sure. And speaking of more about blackness.
So if we gotta have Beyonce in the movie, we might as well just have Jay-Z in it.
Nah, bro.
Just have him play the supporting character that's like an animal or something. Like, just with a voice of...
Bruh, don't do that to him. Enough white people already call him a camel. Don't do that, bro. That's fucked up.
Hey, yo, Storm.
Yo, Storm. Oh my god, bro! Can you imagine having him as an ad-lib, bro? As uncredited vocals?
I can't.
And niggas will be like, "Oh shit, that's Jay-Z in the back, bro. You know he got a bag, bro. You know he got a bag for this shit." They charge him $1.5 bags for vocals.
You already know if Beyonce's gonna be in the movie, Jay-Z's gonna be on the soundtrack. And honestly,
like, "Hey, Blue, talk to him real quick."
They're gonna have a featured song on.
You're gonna have the whole family, the entire Carter family. Matter of fact, the twins who can't even speak yet, gonna start cooing and shit.
I can't.
Baby language, bro.
Baby language on the
and
album.
Watch, niggas gonna be like, bars. Bro, I felt that.
Just skip to the end. It's fire. I promise.
Then you're gonna have Kendrick. He's gonna be on the second soundtrack talking about, "Yeah, man, I want to have the zebras speaking backwards in the interlude, and I want to have the lake speaking in Spanish. I want the sun to creak in German."
Bro,
I'm telling you, then Rafiki's gonna come in passing. I'm telling you.
I want vibrating lake noises.
Bro, you know who actually inspired me on that? Crank Lucas from YouTube. Shout out to Crank Lucas. Funny, yo, you gotta watch them videos. What was it called? Why I Can't Engineer Kendrick Lamar in the Studio? Bro, that shit was wild. When he said that, I'm like, wow, I really felt that. Because Kendrick can actually make that shit happen, if you think about it.
That's crazy.
Bro, he can actually bring a fictional character to life.
Crazy. I just can't.
That's wild, bro. But speaking more of blackness, Nancy Pelosi and her posse.
Oh, man.
We're going to call this segment Pandering.
Wow.
So, yeah, man. Nancy Pelosi came through with her team,
Gang and shit. You
know?
Bro,
with the kente cloth around their shoulders, and they all knelt down.
Somebody said that was the ethnic Power Rangers.
Oh, my God,
bro. When they pulled out.
Bruh, oh my God, let me pull this shit up real quick.
I can't,
bro.
I can't. That did it for me. I think the kente cloth on the shoulders. I was like, all right, Nancy,
I lost it.
You pushing it a little bit. It's not Juneteenth yet.
I lost it, bro.
But you're pushing it,
bro. They better not start no bullshit on Juneteenth.
And then instead,
because Donald Trump was already talking about wanting to speak. I'm like, nah, we ain't trying to hear your ass.
He moved it
bro.
actually.
Oh, he better.
People were giving him.
Of course,
flack for it,
bro.
But here's the thing, right?
They said these niggas look like the Wakandan chess set, bro. I died, bro.
A Wakandan
chess set, bro. There was even a meme where they were saying that, like some dialogue saying, "Mom, I'm gonna have a guest over for dinner, and he's black, so please don't embarrass me." And they showed these fools. I'm like, bro.
Y'all really thought y'all were doing something with those kente cloths.
No, there was
they probably ordered them on Amazon in like a 12-pack.
They weren't even authentic cloth.
Like, it was not even real African cloth. Bruh, like, we saw the tag on it that said made in China. You're not low, okay? You're not low, okay? We saw that.
I'm dead. Bruh, there was another meme that said, "I too shall take the shackles off my feet and dance."
I'm done. I'm done.
Bruh,
I can't.
Bro.
I can't.
Bro,
like, who really thought that was a good idea?
Nah, bro. Like,
if you want to get the black vote, that's not the way to do it.
No, bro, period. Listen, just talk about what you're planning on doing.
And actually do it.
Yeah, you don't have to do all this shit, because now you're making a fool out of yourself.
Yeah, now you're just doing too much.
Come on. Bro, what was it first? Hillary Clinton with the hot sauce in her bag. Joe Biden's dumbass talking about if you got to choose, you're not black. Now this shit, what's next? What is next?
They're going to have their own cookout? Are you gonna do that for me? You're gonna have your own cookout.
I better not hear
and say all blacks are invited.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Listen, I better
that would
not
kill
hear,
me,
bro. I better not.
I would lose my shit.
I better not hear one black person or black Twitter talking about who was invited to the cookout. Like I said in episode 1 or 2, leave that shit in 2016. Okay, we're not doing that shit no more.
That shit was funny.
We ain't doing that shit no more, bro. That shit was hilarious.
Wow.
Rico said they're not invited if they can't cook.
And I know all you motherfuckers eat kid cuisine for dinner.
Oh my god!
Don't even play. You eat kid cuisine for dinner. I saw you. You're not low, man. You popped it out of a little pack and put it on.
I can't.
Look,
I can't, bro.
I'm not playing with you guys anymore. Don't come out here with fake kente cloths and then try to think that we're all together. We're not all in this together. This ain't High School Musical.
Sir. No,
all right?
No, sir.
At some point, there's got to be a threshold of reform.
Yes.
If you're gonna do
let's
reform,
get serious for real.
If you're gonna do reform, I don't need you up there trying to teach me how to buy some land.
No, fuck that.
Right?
No,
I don't need it. Especially not from someone who stole the land from me in the first place.
Thank you.
I don't need it.
Speak that shit. You know,
what I need you to do.
We don't need no kente. We don't need no kente attire. We don't need people kneeling. Okay, like it's some memorial. We need to get shit done. Okay, what are you willing to do to get shit done? Period.
People were saying that those were the Wakandans before they went into battle. I was like,
that's an insult. That's an insult. That's a major insult.
Like,
we're not doing that.
Like, and I gotta understand, like, which black person did you talk to that said that?
Ben Carson?
Omarosa?
Oh my god. Candace Owens?
Oh god. Oh god. As a matter of fact, Candace Owens, I feel bad for you.
People are already calling her the new age Auntie Ruckus.
She is Auntie Ruckus. That is, if Uncle Ruckus was a female, that would be it. But in all honesty,
I respect her as a black woman. I just don't follow your ideologies because the shit that you say is just so ass backwards.
Facts.
Completely.
Because she was saying that black people were making George Floyd into a hero. We didn't ask to make him a hero. We weren't even making him a hero. We're not speaking out about injustice.
Exactly. This has nothing to do with where did this come from?
Anything to get on Fox News. I think at some point she's just going to want to get on Fox News. That's just about it.
They need to attack that one bitch, Ingram, whatever her name is. The same lady who was talking about telling LeBron James to shut up and dribble was out here literally defending Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's tough. I was like, well, that did not age well. That conversation did not age well.
Like her.
So it's like, well, fuck. It didn't age well, and I'll tell you, like, it didn't age well because, one, you're telling a black athlete to shut up and dribble. Somebody who's done so much for their community. Someone who grew up.
Which you chose not to look into.
Look into. You know, LeBron opened a school for majority of black kids in disadvantaged areas.
Facts. That's a fact.
And you know what pisses me off is that those accolades don't get noticed. It's just always like, oh, you're an athlete? You just dribble, nigga. Like, don't do anything else.
That's it. Just stick to playing basketball or stick to throwing the ball.
I didn't see you tell Drew Brees to shut up and throw a football. Mm-hmm. I didn't see you tell Drew Brees shut up and collect your $23 million check that you're supposed to collect at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. You didn't say any of that. You were like, you silent now. He's right. Drew Brees is correct. Stop this. And the thing that pissed me off is, like, we're not disrespecting the flag. That's never been the whole point of this. And the fact that people think that
people are just slow,
by
bro.
Kaepernick kneeling,
people are just slow.
Is him disrespecting the flag.
This had nothing to do with a goddamn flag.
It never had anything to do with the flag. He felt that in his power, he can silently protest.
Yeah. Which is what you guys have requested for us
for a long time,
for a very long time.
So you guys didn't like what the fuck
y'all want from us?
You guys didn't like when people peaceful protested because obviously the cops were out there destroying people that peaceful protested, and the president decided to clear out people with tear gas.
Oh, and
just
also
to go take a photo op,
and then go back to hiding in his coffin. Oh, I'm sorry, his bunker.
His bunker,
like a little bitch.
I'm gonna tell you one thing though: the bunker hasn't been used since 1902. So
he's gonna continue crawling in that bitch.
The bunker,
stay in that bunker.
The bunker actually was a funny idea that was created for war. And usually when the White House cuts all the lights out, that usually means the president has died or something. Yeah. You know, a lot of people were ecstatic, you know, but obviously, you know, we don't wish death on anybody. I don't.
Of course.
But the fact that you chose that people protesting to talk about injustice was means enough for you to go into a bunker and just chill out for 2 days.
You know what happened?
At the same time, still tweeting. You must have good damn Wi-Fi.
You know what happened? You know what happened?
I need that Wi-Fi.
You know what happened? As the president, he felt like his life was in danger, so he had felt the need to go crawl back into it. Yeah.
But real shit, I need that Wi-Fi because you were tweeting like crazy. 60 tweets in 2 days. That's a new record. I need your Wi-Fi because Spectrum is ass. All right? I still get high. I pay $70 a month for internet.
We did.
And somehow, some way, my Wi-Fi, it's not that it's slow. This shit cuts out. Like, yo, can I get on that presidential Wi-Fi? Like, real shit.
It sounds like Nelly on IG Live. Was it Nelly when he was trying? Yeah, his Wi-Fi kept getting cut.
All that money and you still have shit Wi-Fi.
All them royalty checks. Where they go?
All those checks and you still have shit Wi-Fi.
That's wild, bro. Oh my God, we're on a roll today.
But I'm just saying, you know, like, cut the kente cloth bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Real. Come on, stop with that.
Like, listen.
We don't need all
this
that.
This isn't Black History Month. You know, where we're all just, you know, all banding together and saying, oh yeah, I got my kente cloth ready, so we must be in this together. Like, no, I appreciate the gesture, but that's not the way to do it.
It's time to get down to business.
That's not the way to do
For
it.
real.
All that shit, all that energy you put into going on Amazon and finding kente cloths and got them delivered to the House of Representatives, you guys could have passed a reform, sent that shit off to the Senate, and make sure that the Senate busts their ass to make sure this reform is.
I feel like low key the government is like stalling on this shit.
They don't give a damn.
They're stalling on this.
The Senate does not give a shit. The Senate is majority Republican, and obviously the Senate is next in line to get whatever is sent to them, and then Trump is the last to sign. But most of the time, Trump vetoes, so it doesn't matter.
What's gonna take till people literally come through with torches and shit and start?
Oh, you mean like the white nationalists that came with tiki torches?
Yeah, with their little boat shoes, their Sperry 9s. And their knee-high shorts.
My life matters. These boat shoes, I came out here and scuffed my favorite boat shoe for this. I'm tired. No, but real
with their expensive ass Izod shirts and shit. However it's pronounced.
I mean, for real, man. Like, how can we be so okay with people storming the Michigan office? Like the political Michigan office, and you go in there, people with guns are going in there with guns, but yet
they're ready for war.
They're going in for war because they wanted to step outside and get a haircut. This dude was on there talking about, I just want to eat a cheeseburger. He's like, I haven't had a cheeseburger. I just want to go out and get one. I'm like, bro,
go to the store and go make
First of all, you are 300 pounds. You don't need another cheeseburger. You don't. Second of all, you can buy all the ingredients that you need at Publix, at Albertsons, at Walmart, and go make yourself a damn burger if you want it that bad.
Go make a fucking Krabby Patty if you want
something.
God damn, bro.
Go find SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that these people went and stormed with guns, no repercussions, nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody took it to the chin. Cops was getting yelled at, all that COVID in their face.
Guess what? Yeah. And they took that COVID.
They took that shit.
They ate that shit up.
They're
like, what the fuck is COVID?
They said, oh, well, we're just, we're tired of this. We're tired of staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. Yeah. I'm trying to go out. And so they came with the biggest guns they could find. Mm-hmm. There were niggas with rocket launchers out there. Rocket launchers. For what? You're outside right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
like, they wanted to.
But the cops, all of a sudden, when this shit's going on right now.
But that's the thing,
now
right?
They got energy. They got time today.
They
got time to go
with no
hit
weapons,
somebody.
And you came with with riot gear for people with no weapons. That to me is bullshit.
It's backwards as fuck.
And just a fun fact for you guys: the only time the NRA actually passed a law about gun usage on political grounds was when the Black Panthers did it.
Yes, that's very true.
And that was the only time in history.
That was when the Black Panthers came to I think it was in California.
It was California.
They came through with rifles and shit.
They came through with the big guns. AKs.
They said we're not playing.
MP5s. They were not fucking with you guys.
We're not kidding.
But they came out, and that was the first time in history that the NRA actually banned the use of guns for a good amount of time,
because they viewed Black Panthers as a terrorist
group. As a radical group.
Yeah, a terrorist.
And it's just crazy because like none of those people shot their guns that day.
Here, let me tell you something about the KKK. I'm not the KKK, the Black Panther Party, right? The Black Panther movement. What they do is they protect their communities. Okay, they give back to their communities. Always have. You know,
Yep.
When nobody else could do it.
Of course.
Now, if they feel the need to shoot at somebody, they will in self-defense.
Yeah.
They don't just go around shooting anybody for no reason.
Yeah.
But any person that sees black people with guns or black people in general are automatically a threat.
So my thing is to say to these people, what can you do for people, and not just black people?
Yes.
What can you do for people to ensure them that these racial injustices don't continue?
Exactly.
I don't need you putting on a kente cloth. I don't need you
Fuck
celebrating.
them cloths, bro.
Listen, I don't need you celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
Nope.
I don't need you coming out here bringing up.
I don't want you out here talking about, we're gonna celebrate Asian Pacific Islander month. No. We need to focus on the true matters right now.
And don't be busting out Juneteenth with the African attire. If you do it,
let me find
I'm roasting your ass.
Let me find out. Let me find out if any of y'all are rocking any fucking colors such as red, green, and black. Let me find out.
And if you come on Juneteenth talking about Wakanda forever, I'm beating your ass on site.
Oh my God,
on
site.
Because first of all, Wakanda's not real.
Well, it shouldn't apply to you guys.
Yeah, well,
it should not apply to you guys.
But here's the thing, right? I feel like, on all serious terms, like, reform. That's what we need is reform, and we need these laws to stick.
We want changes.
We need these laws to stick. Like, I appreciate
start with the Constitution as well.
I appreciate laws like Breonna's law, but how is it that you guys can pass a law, but you can't persecute the cops that killed her? That's the one thing that I don't understand. Passing laws is one thing, but persecution is needed. We need to start holding people accountable.
The Constitution needs to be changed. It needs to be changed.
Period.
It needs to be altered.
Pensions need to be reevaluated. A lot of these things, Derek Chauvin is on his way to get $1 million, regardless if he stays in jail or not.
Yeah.
His pension is worth $1 million.
They need to strip
First of
that
all,
shit away from him.
What kind of cop are you that you get $1 million pension?
They need to strip that away from him. Because
no, but you see the
accountability needs to be held.
The police and a lot of the police and everything that they do, they're sponsored heavily by a lot of people.
I know.
By a lot of rich people.
They're heavily funded.
Heavily funded by the NRA, by people like that. So those powers are deep within. It's not just, we can defund them right away. There's people for years that have been funding the police.
But they can end that cycle
People
today.
like Trump, people like Mike Bloomberg, people even like Bill Gates. Bill Gates has a hand in Monsanto, all the big places that he's supposedly against.
Of course.
So it's like, when are we going to start holding not only our government accountable, but people who hold those powers accountable as well? So until we can open that conversation, don't come to me with no damn kente clause. That's right. I don't want to see it.
That's right.
Period.
You heard it. You heard it first. Speaking more black shit. And I think this is amazing. It's wonderful. I woke up yesterday afternoon. I woke up from my nap, and the first thing I saw when I hopped on social media, I believe it was Facebook. Dave Chappelle dropped an impromptu.
That shit was powerful, man.
Stand-up, quote unquote stand-up show. It was 27 minutes long, and he definitely just got into everything that's been going on lately. And what he mentioned, which was very true, and I even had a conversation with my brother Reggie. Shout out to you, bro. I had a conversation with him yesterday about what Dave was saying, and he mentioned about how when people go off saying wanting celebrities out on the forefront, and he's like, listen, I see what's going on, but we let the streets do the talking.
Yep.
And it's pretty obvious. It's very true.
I think in a time like this, nobody wants to hear a celebrity and what they have to say about any of that.
Yeah.
As a celebrity, I understand, like, it's almost like saying, shut up and dribble or whatever. But it's for me in that case,
Not
it's
at
like
all.
When a celebrity comes out and they make it about themselves,
right?
I have a huge problem.
That's
with that.
That's where it can come out as well. There's some celebrities who come off very humble, and they're doing things the right way
in the communities.
Exactly, they're integrated within the communities, and you have those who are just you have others who are just doing things a totally different way. You also have other celebrities as well, even though they're
profiting off of this, actually.
Right, but then there are also others who are silent, but are low-key doing the work.
Exactly.
They mentioned people like Steve Carell and Seth Rogen who secretly have been funding towards people who are locked up, any protesters, which is great. I wouldn't be surprised if Bay and Jay are also doing something secretly as well. I wouldn't be surprised. You had people like Nick Cannon who was marching. You had Kendrick Lamar, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody took a picture of Kendrick, and he was in all black, as one of the secret silent protesters.
And Kanye too.
And, yeah, oh yeah, and we already know what Kanye was doing, and I know a lot of people were clowning Kanye and shit like that. But
I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, Kanye understands that he's black.
Yeah, he understood it completely,
regardless of what party he favors with his beliefs are.
Yeah,
he's black at the end of the day, so you have no choice but to gripe with what black people and other people of different ethnic backgrounds are going through.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like Kanye was kind of playing this the entire time? Do you feel like the whole Make America Great Again and all that shit was just staged? Because I don't remember who it was. I think it was Consequence, one of the rappers, who's one of his closest friends. He mentioned about how Kanye, and I quote what he's saying, that he and Kanye have been talking, and Kanye no longer rocks the MAGA hats anymore. The only time he rocks it, he puts it on, is when he's actually wanting shit to get done quicker. Right? So I'm thinking to myself, did Kanye play us the entire time? Was this all an act?
It's possible.
You know what I mean? So it just had me thinking for sure. I don't know what it is, but it just has me thinking.
But hey, if he did it, it actually works. So if that's the case and that's what he did, then bravo to him. Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, as a celebrity, I feel like there's a place where you need to use your platform for good. Yes. And there's people out there that use their platform and they only go by the chain posts on Instagram. Like, you'll see people who love black music and they love black people and they love this and they say that constantly. But when it's time to actually be black and stand up for black people, they're nowhere to be found.
TikTok. All you little suburban white kids out there and who has profited off of, all the dope ass black music. Just making some lame ass dances. I see y'all.
Why you coming for Becky though?
Just know I see y'all.
Why are you coming for Becky though?
It's the truth though.
They're savages. It's classy, bougie, ratchetries.
It's funny too because like when I see a lot of these kids doing some dumbass dances, and we already know where it all originated from, but those people who were the originators don't get any recognition off of it. So it sounds like Elvis Presley all over again.
Damn, that's tough.
I don't care. I don't care.
But I'll tell you like this, like, I think we're at a very sensitive time in our community, right?
I think it's always been a sensitive time in our community. It's just the fact that now it's being brought out into the forefront. Yeah. So
I think at the end of the day, we have to understand that we as a people, like, we're done with the shit. Yeah. Like, we're not our ancestors. You know what I mean? Like,
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
We as black people, let's stop saying we're not our ancestors.
We're not though.
No. But let me school you a little bit. When we say we're not our ancestors, right?
Preacher.
I think that can be very disrespectful to any of our people before us, who came before us, who literally had to go through so much shit. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand when we say we're not our ancestors because many of our ancestors had to deal with being submissive towards white people. But, and right now, we are the new generation where it's like, we will fuck you up if you ever start some shit. But we will say this, don't fuck with our generation. You fuck with the wrong generation. We can say that instead of saying we're not our ancestors, or we can come up with a different type of slogan. You know what I'm saying?
When I say we're not our ancestors, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way towards our ancestors, because I have a full understanding. We know where our roots come from.
Of course.
Our dad's straight from Africa, we know.
Shouts out to all my Niger people out there. Nigeria, stand up. You know what it is.
We know where our people came from, you know, and when I say those things, I say that times now are different from back then.
Of course.
A lot of slaves were subservient to their masters.
Of course.
They had no choice.
Of course.
But a lot of them realized that there were more of us than there were of them.
Of course.
So we understood that. But it was just also a struggle of powers. A lot of people were taught one way to do something. Mm-hmm. So even though they knew that, yes, A and B and C and all these people outnumbered just 12 people that live in a house on a plantation.
Yeah.
They also understood that those people held a certain power over them. And even if they escaped, even if they killed all of them, if they were to be found out, they would die or they would suffer the consequences.
That's true.
So there was always that in the back of their mind. Now, when I say that we're not our ancestors, I mean that we're more out there. We're willing to go put in the work. We're willing to go, stand out for what's wrong. And if in this case, this is the biggest civil rights march I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think the fact that there is some
and we will fuck you up.
Yeah, facts.
That too.
But here's the thing. I believe that, you know, the amount of effort that we are putting into now during this time, I think it's always happened. But it's just brought out into a different form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, of course, we're gonna respond in different ways, whether it be protesting, sometimes violence and rioting and shit. Sometimes if we have to do that, you know. But our response is a lot more bolder and it's a lot more stronger. Not to say that the people who came before us wasn't, because they, of course, made an impact. They left a legacy behind.
Oh yeah.
But we're continuing that legacy, but just a 3.0 version of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I feel like I feel like this whole rioting thing and people, you know, fighting for injustice, all that was boiling up to this point. And I feel like even in the years coming, like as I was getting older, I became more self-aware of the stuff that was going on. Granted, I knew about a lot of the things because, you know, we didn't have as many camera phones out there, you know, filming things in HD quality and people having different angles and shit like that.
Yep.
But now as an adult, I noticed that, you know, there's more people willing to unify than ever.
Yeah.
And if you looked at Philly and you looked at New York and you looked at California, Philly had one of the biggest marches just recently. And that to me was so, it made me happy because I know out there that people see the injustice. They understand it.
Yeah, and people care. People actually give a fuck.
Right, and that people that were, doesn't matter what spectrum you're on, whether you were white, black, Spanish, Indian, fucking Amish, like, I didn't even know they watched TV. You know what I'm saying? But they do. Apparently, the new Amish people do.
Again, in episode 13, the previous episode, I know we went off on that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, their history is so deeply rooted with black people. Yeah, and even including Native Americans.
When you mentioned
same thing.
When you mentioned about the Amish actually helping enslaved individuals, I actually looked that up and it was very true. Yeah,
it's very real.
And even with Native Americans at one point, Native Americans and black people, we have teamed up once before in the past, and I do believe that we need to create that type of unity within each other again. We have to find those ties again because, you know, I believe that if we come off a lot stronger,
yes,
we can literally fight against these people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But I don't think we should, for me still personally, I don't feel like we should ever turn to violence. And the reason why I say that is because let the people who are committing the violence speak for themselves.
Yeah.
When the cops were throwing tear gas, when they were, you know, hurting people with rubber bullets and shit, it only put into perspective for me that those people were being attacked by people who were being peaceful in that sense.
But I think at the same time,
so it showed for me.
I agree with you, but also at the same time, we also have to let people know that we have a limit.
Oh yeah,
enough is enough. You know, so I'm with you on that, and you know it's 50-50. So I'm 50-50 on that for sure.
But I think once we get that reform in place and we show that we're unifying as a people, as a group, that we're opening to dialogue and shit like that, the sky's the limit.
Of course,
sky's the limit, and we can do anything that we put our minds to. We marched, we did it. We got people to sign laws. We got people arrested that needed to be held accountable.
We have people,
and it is what it is.
We still have people out here marching. In black Air Forces, and all the Kyles out there as well. You know, I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
I'll tell you right now, though,
y'all ready for war?
Black Air Forces. I was just telling the guys before we started this. Their sales actually went up 30%, and I'm pretty sure the Black Air Forces weren't used for marching. So.
They're used for stomping niggas.
They're glass windows, because you know the black forces can take better force than the white for some odd reason.
Especially the tinted SUVs, those tinted undercover cops. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of niggas booting the fuck out of these windshields, bro. Okay, listen, I see y'all. I'm not saying I'm condoning it, but I see y'all. You know, I see what y'all doing out here. You know. Shout out to y'all. I feel like the people who rocking them all white Air Forces, y'all soft as fuck, man. Cop you some black Air Forces if you're ready for war. Don't be wearing no white Air Forces. To go loot. No, don't do that.
You ain't doing it.
Don't do that.
Because if you hit some white Air Forces, they're gonna scuff them.
I'm telling you, bro.
You're gonna hurt yourself. You might break an ankle. Bro, you know, the black Air Forces, they got that nigga support. You know, you try to stomp it out.
Bro, it's in Nigalations, bro. It's in the nigga Bible, bro. Like, you gotta, thou shalt have Air Forces, bro.
Yep.
Facts.
If you want to stomp, Air Forces, you need to cop. Niggalation 712.
Cue Kirk Franklin stomp. Okay. There we go.
I'm telling you.
JP, are you with me? Okay, I'm done. But yeah, let's talk about what's on the playlist.
Yes,
for sure. Let's do that. I know we didn't really discuss too much about what we've been listening to in the previous episode, or should I say the past 2 episodes. So yeah. You want to start, or you want me to start?
Yeah. I have like 3 songs that I've been listening to. One album I actually listened to that I just put you on to recently is Lady Gaga's Chromatica.
Listen,
that was the closest thing to the Fame, her original album that she just put out. She did have 3 contemporary pieces in there that went as interludes, which I think you would enjoy and really listen to. It's almost like a movie, almost.
Right? Because you know how I feel about Lady Gaga. When she dropped the Fame back in 2009, I'll say this: 2009 was a very good year.
It was a special place for music.
It was a very good year. The introduction with the mixture of pop artists and a lot of alternative artists, rappers. But when she dropped the Fame, like, I was in love immediately with Lady Gaga. But then, she started dropping some other things in which I understand that she wanted to experiment more. Then that kind of resulted in me not listening to her as much as I used to. But when you mentioned the Chromatica album, and you said, listen, she's going back to that old shit. I'm like, okay.
She was going in.
And you also played a song for me.
Yeah, it's called Replay.
That shit was nice.
That shit is nice. Rain on Me is one of the best songs I've heard from her in a long time.
Yeah.
I just think that she really put into perspective, like, her original style of music into that. And she made it known that that's what she was going for. Yeah. And she did that shit. That's dope. She really did.
That's dope. That's amazing. Lady Gaga is definitely a prolific singer.
So I've been on, like, my pro-black listening lately. I've been listening to a lot of... and it also helps that Spotify put that at the very top, so it was easier for me to find the music. But I did some deep searching. I was listening to a lot of Buddy. He put out Black 2, which I really enjoyed.
Buddy's very underrated.
Yeah. The first Black was really good. It was one of my favorite songs that he put out originally when I first heard of him. And then he put out Black 2, which is also really, really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of the songs that have been coming out has been about racial injustice. Even Lil Baby put out a song about racial injustice. So I was heavily surprised, but it was all right. Yeah. I give it like a 7 out of 10.
Lil Baby himself was also marching, and I'm glad. I was so happy to see him without any of his ice on, because I was like, wow, that's very humbling.
Yeah. Well, also, and he'll get stomped out by them black Air Forces. But also,
where's TJX6 with them black Air Forces?
That man's just scamming on the low.
I want to see him out in the forefront, ready to kill. Like, I don't
ready
want
to scam,
but stomp somebody. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe scam the government. I don't know. Shit.
I don't even think you should do that.
Him and Casher Kwan. I don't know.
I don't want to see another nigga in jail for some dumb shit.
It'll be Dynamic Duo 3 or 4. I don't know.
Wow.
It'll be dope. Shout out to TJX6. He's fire.
I think another thing I was listening to Meek Mill's Other Side of America.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah, I heard he dropped that record.
It was fire. I think Meek Mill himself has been a little tone deaf throughout this time, a little bit.
What was it, after jail or before jail?
It was after jail. I think the first tone deaf thing was when he didn't understand the Blackout Tuesday thing. Keep in mind, I'm not a huge fan of chain Instagram posts, like I told you that before.
Yeah.
But he didn't understand the concept of it, and I'm like, you can kind of just read the comments and understand what the concept of it is. But again,
there were some people who were already complaining. I've seen some people on Twitter complaining about all the black squares, and I'm like, just shut up, just shut the fuck up, just shut up, because like, if you don't understand it, if you don't even want to understand, just be quiet. Don't talk about it.
But I think at the same time, as a black person who went through the whole jail thing, and when he came out, people were protesting for you.
You would think
you would be a little less tone deaf about the situation.
Of course.
But as it shows, he put out a song. I actually genuinely liked the song.
Okay.
He was very vocal about the shit that, black people go through, and it was good. It was good. It's solid Meek Mill. The natural yelling on the track, him having the build up with the beat,
When is he never yelling in a song?
It was a couple songs. They didn't do very well. But but I think he's definitely trying to put out, like, I understand, like, I gripe with, the black community, and we still fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? But just be a little less tone deaf.
I keep saying that with other celebrities as well. You know, we already spoke about B.Simone, Desi Banks. Desi Banks. Desi Banks, bro.
I don't even want to get into that because he's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, well, you know what? He released a video and he apologized for it, and he actually said that he wants to learn a lot more. And I'm like, okay, good, and just educate yourself. Okay.
The thing that upset me about that, I'll talk about it real quick. Yeah, he posted that thing about MLK, which a lot of people seem to keep posting about MLK. They'll they'll say this is a peaceful protest and this is not. A lot of people do you not understand the history of a lot of things that Martin Luther King had to go through? Literally, as soon as that picture was taken, those people were attacked.
I think a lot of people,
literally as soon as that happened.
I think a lot of people have this weird mentality because of what was taught in history books, where it's like, oh, they don't talk about what Martin Luther King went through or the shit that he had to go through. They talk about
the Million Man March,
the march, the I Have a Dream speech, and whatever, right? And I think people have that mentality where it's like, okay, well, this is all he's about, so why can't you guys do that and follow his example? But you guys don't know what happened behind the scenes. You don't know how much hell he had to go through. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. People don't really see it that way. They don't see what happened behind the scenes. They only see what happened out on the forefront.
I swear, white people got that Martin Luther King trap card. It'd be like, as soon as you say some shit, Martin Luther King would never,
shut your bitch ass up,
and then slam that shit down right in front of your face.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel people have to look more into the context of Martin Luther King, the things that he went through, the stuff he believed in personally.
Yes.
Because there's a lot to Martin Luther King.
A lot.
But that's it, man. That's the 3 songs that I got.
All right, dope. Early this morning, I was playing this album by Chloe and Halle. Now, Chloe and Halle, a lot of people know them both from Blackish, Grownish, and
they were on Grownish.
The two black sisters.
See, I barely watched.
You need to watch that. You sleep, my guy. Anyway, but listen, Chloe and Halle.
Unpopular opinion, real quick.
Go ahead.
It may be popular, may not. Black as Fuck is not funny.
I didn't watch it. I know there's a lot of controversy around it, but I'm gonna watch it eventually. But
I'll just say that.
Listen.
I watched the whole thing, by the way.
Listen, Chloe and Halle both have angelic voices.
They do.
Okay? And I can see why Beyonce definitely, paid attention to them and co-signed them, or if not signed them, but these two are a fucking powerhouse. Both of them, the Ungodly Hour album. I'm only 3 tracks away before completing it. My man's Marcus, I see you, bro. You are nodding hard. I know you feel me on this. Bro, from the intro up until the last track, all fucking amazing. I highly recommend people to listen to Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle. It's an amazing album, and they're just great. I know within a matter of days now, people were discussing about 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj dropping a track together, and it's called Trolls. I actually like it. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna say that it's fire. I know you're sighing because I know you have an opinion on it.
I'm good, man.
But Trolls is all right. What else? Versus came back. A lot of people don't know who Versus is. He's a rapper from LA, and I've been following him. Yeah, I've been following him for a while. He dropped the Copaesthetic album. He dropped the an Incandescent album. I think Iridescent. I think that's how it's pronounced. He's dope. I found him off of SoundCloud, and he dropped a little EP, and it's called the Versus EP. I'm glad that he's back. He dropped a song called Sun featuring DiBiase and Nico Gray, which I also love. Nico Gray is also a dope-ass artist. He also dropped a song called Misfits featuring Tokayo and Zero. I highly suggest you guys check that out. Alan Kingdom also dropped an EP called I Don't Do This For Money. He dropped that. He dropped a song off there called You're Blessed, Glossy is fire, and also the song Bart is fire. I also revisited his Future Memoirs album, where one of them is called Evergreens, and it's really dope. He's one of those those uncredited artists or some shit like that, where he kind of can be a ghostwriter. He worked with Kanye before, during when Kanye was in his little Pablo phase, whatever. So
I wish Kanye would go back to that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Kanye should kind of revisit a lot of his earlier phases. I want him to actually revisit the Late Registration and Graduation phase, because those were his two prominent phases for sure.
Oh yeah.
But so far, that's kind of what's been on the playlist. That's just about it. I was also revisiting a couple old songs from Joey Badass from his 1999 project, the Peep the Apocalypse Pro Era project. I was also bumping some Capital Steez, this one song called Apex. I was bumping the Super Slackers, where former Pro Era members such as Diamond Lewis and also Swank Master Raw, they dropped a song called Slack Is Stop Slacking. That was a while back. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been on the playlist so far. That's just about it. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. I want to appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning into Let's Talk About It. Really quick. I don't go under the Twitter handle June Frey anymore. So if you want to follow me follow Let's Talk About It on Instagram and Twitter. Let me look it up really quickly. Because I go under a different name now, so it's no longer just under like my name June Frey. It's now a serious thing. It's called Let's Talk About It. So just follow me on Twitter at Real LTAI. So that's REAL LTAI_. And for Instagram, it's going to be the same thing. So it's going to be Real LTI_, REAL LTAI_. And also be sure to check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms. Where can the good people find you, bro?
You can find me as usual at OnGodedCJ on Instagram, and that's about it.
All right. Till next time, y'all.
Deuces.